Yo, what's good, YouTube man? Welcome back to another week review. This is week review part 27. I'm gonna be going over this week's trading performance. Tap in. It's some great lessons, bro. Tap in, bro. Yo, what's good, YouTube man? Welcome back to another weekly trading review. This is a little bit late and a very low sample because last week I didn't trade the whole week. I only traded 3 days. The last 2 days of the week I couldn't trade because I was busy with work and I just couldn't get on the charts in time. So I couldn't trade those last 2 days. So my week review for last week was plus 7.6%, but you need to remember this is on paper trading. So I made a switch 2 weeks ago to go back to paper trading and just focus on my consistency and my execution because I saw that I constantly saw good setups, but I was too afraid to take them or just was too scared to take the risk. So, and then I just see them play out exactly how I planned. So, I was up this week. I was up 7.6% on paper. Trading days is 3. Trades taken was 2. My win rate was 50%. Rule adherence was 2 out of 3 days. Emotional control was 9.3 out of 10. Daily rating was 8.3 out of 10. So this week represents continued execution strength with a slight regression in discipline precision. I'm still operating from a higher baseline than before, but small rule deviations are reappearing under acceptable logic, if you know what I mean. So compared to last week, execution maintained. My holding ability was stable, but that's not tested deeply. My confidence is slightly more natural, but discipline has a slight drop. My emotional control maintained high level, and setup recognition is still strong. So this right here is important. So last week's profile was consistent execution plus isolated emotional mistake. This week's profile was good execution plus a justified rule bending. Like breaking rules, everybody does, but when you justify your rule breaks, that's when it becomes a huge problem. So the key shift this week was from I execute correctly with structure to I slightly reinterpret my rules in real time. That is, I'm gonna explain what this means. So what this means is that I'm no longer struggling with fear, hesitation, or emotional instability. I'm now facing gray zone decision making or rationalizing suboptimal trades. So this is dangerous if not corrected early because it feels disciplined but degrades edge quality, which is a huge problem. We do not want this to happen because it feels like you're doing the right thing, but in reality you're going against the grain. So the capital result this week, as I said, was 7.6% positive. On paper, it's a green week. In reality, it's a mixed quality execution week because one clean A plus setup carried the performance, and one rule break created avoidable loss. So it's a low sample size that masks inconsistency. Uh, Now I just want to go over what I did well this week. Then we can get into the good stuff of what I did bad and how I can improve and what I need to focus on going into this week. So what did I do well this week or last week? Number one was A plus execution is still intact. That is very important. On Wednesday, I took a trade on ELPW. I think it was a 12% win. That was a clean setup recognition with proper participation and controlled management. So this confirms that my core system is still functioning well when allowed. Number two, emotional control remains a major strength with no revenge trades, no frustration after missed trade on Tuesday, no attachment to outcomes. So this confirms psychology is no longer limiting performance. Number three, patience and selectivity still strong. On Tuesday, I had the correct no trade decision. No emotional reaction to missed winner, which used to be my main bottleneck. This when I saw like a missed winner that I wanted to trade but I didn't because of fear, that was one of my worst triggers. So this confirms I'm not slipping into over trading behavior. Number four, loss handled correctly mechanically. On Monday, ENVB, I took a loss. It was no revenge, clean stop out, and no emotional spiral. So this confirms even when I'm wrong, I remain structurally stable. So what went wrong this week? This is the most important. So number one, rule interpretation. This is the main issue right now. So on Monday, on the ENVB, I said not a A plus, but not B tier either. So this is the problem. This category does not exist in a strict system. What happened was I justified entry based on context strength. I ignored clear warnings like top wicks and resistance, but I entered anyway. So this confirms I am loosening definitions to allow trades. Number two, early entry tendency still present. So both trades was entered slightly early, anticipation instead of confirmation. This shows I have micro FOMO, not macro FOMO. So the meaning of this is that I don't chase bad trades, but I try to optimize entry too aggressively. And that's so true, bro. I don't like constantly chase the bad trades, but when I do see a trade I want to take, I want to get like the best entry, but I'm doing that a little bit too aggressively. So, number three, contradictory belief is forming. This is very important. So, my own lesson from last week was don't only take A plus, but don't look for perfect setups. So, this is flawed. Why this is flawed is because my system is built on A plus selectivity. This belief introduces lower quality trades, inconsistency, and harder review process. The correct interpretation should be A plus setups are not perfect, but they are clearly defined. That's what I was trying to say. But number four, low trade frequency. This is uh, equals hidden variance. Let me say that again. Low trade frequency hidden equals hidden variance. Okay, I kind of fucked it up both times, but okay, let me just keep it in. Only true trades, only two trades and one winner dominates results. This means performance does not yet reflect consistency. This is just a daily breakdown of the 3 days. Monday, I took a 5% loss, but you recall it was good. It was a rule bend and justified non A plus entry. Day two was a no trade day, strong disciplined, and day three, I took a trade win 12.7%, 12.6%, excellent behavior quality, proper A plus setup execution. So there's an emerging pattern. Last week, I had clear structure and one isolated mistake. This week, I had good structure, but subtle rule bending appears. So the current structure looks like this. My market reading is strong, emotional stability is very strong, patience is strong, discipline is slightly weakening, so this I need to focus on. Execution is solid, holding ability is stable, and stock selection is neutral. I do not have enough data on this yet, so confidence is also becoming natural. Key observation. My problem has evolved again. It went from can I execute to do I stay strict when things look almost good. So my conclusion to this is that this week was a stability week with early signs of discipline erosion. So the key outcomes this week was green performance, one high quality trade, one avoidable loss, and no emotional mistakes. The most important thing is that I'm not struggling with fear, hesitation, or overtrading. So I'm now dealing with rule precision, entry timing refinement, and system definition integrity. So my interpretation of this is that my system is working, my execution is good, my risk is now gradually diluting my edge through reasonable decisions. You see how I put the quotes there? Because it's not reasonable, it's my mind making it reasonable. So my focus for next week is to number one, restore A plus definition. This is critical. My rule is if it's not clearly A plus, it's a no trade. I've said this like every single week review, and I had like 30 of them. I need to remove almost A plus setups and good but not perfect setups. But I do not want perfect. Like A plus setups are not perfect. Uh, and number two, entry confirmation rule. I need to add no entry before confirmation signal. My example triggers is that a new high, volume confirmation, or break of open. Number three, eliminate early entry behavior. When thought appears, this looks very strong. My response to this needs to be strength without confirmation is a trap risk. And number four, I need to maintain no trade discipline. Tuesday behavior was correct model. I need to reinforce missing trades is part of edge preservation. Number five, do not change take profit system yet. So my idea was removing take profit to maximize winners. In reality, this is too early. Why? Because my sample size is too small and my execution is not fully automated yet. I need to first focus on consistent or constant A plus repetition. So my action plan is that if it's my A plus only trades, no early entries, no rule reinterpretation, confirmation before execution. During session, when thought appears, this is pretty good. I need to ask, is this clearly A plus by rule? And I need to bring out this checklist. If hesitation exists, it's a no trade. So during entry, when thought appears, I'll enter early to get better price. I need to ask, has confirmation happened yet? If no, I need to wait. And after a mistake, I need to log as rule violation, not market condition. So my summary to carry forward. My strengths is strong emotional control, solid patience, accurate A plus recognition, and stable execution when rules followed. My weaknesses go by rule interpretation, early entries, and slight discipline erosion. So my core issue now is maintaining strict system integrity under tempting conditions. Final perspective. So this was not a bad week, but it shows the next failure point before real consistency. If corrected now, I move into true consistency phase. If ignored, I fall back into inconsistency, but at a higher level. So critical insight. My loss did not come from market conditions. It came from allowing myself to trade without full qualifications. Where am I now? I'm at the pre-consistency refinement stage. I'm not a beginner anymore, or I'm not inconsistent emotionally. But I'm a trader learning precision discipline. So my final statement is that I do not need improvement in execution or psychology. I need improvement in strictness, because now the only thing that can break my progress is me adjusting my own rules in real time. That was everything. That was everything that I had written down for this week review. Long story short, I need to fix my discipline and my uh, uh, what did I say? Rules. I need to be able to just follow my rules and not change my rules in the middle of the shit. You know what I mean? So, in the middle of the day. So that was pretty much it for today. Uh, this week review. I'm gonna be making a month review right now. So, peace out. Have a good day.